Alright. Hello, good evening everybody. This is the round 8 of CityLiga on South City 6. We're driving Fox this evening. And the qualify just has started. I'm pausing because the InSim does remember a time from space. I think that's the practicing time just a moment ago. Anyway, as far as I know, this is the official qualify going on now. I'm not sure why that time on top says 1 hour to go, but we will see. I am not joined this evening by Kit. He has other obligations, so I couldn't make it this evening. So you have to do it on my own. Everybody is called one by one on the track. This qualify session, that's different from other qualify sessions. And as you could see in the chat, J.A. Gatila just got called onto the track. It's now last race the two grids were joined together. We had 37 cars, if I remember correctly, on the track, and this time the grids are splitted again, and that's mostly because otherwise it would be too much chaos. Roman it was the first one to set a qualified time, 1:02.65. Well, you can see it yourself on the screen. We have double information again. InSim wasn't really necessary to start. Maybe I will switch the InSim off. Start it later again. That's cleaner. In the meantime, Kovac took the pole for the moment, best time, and we're watching. Where are we watching? It's J.A. Gatila. Yeah. Now that I turned off the InSim, I cannot start it anymore. Maybe better to let that keep running, because now we don't have a situation which is on the track, so I need to switch between the track and the standings. Anyway, we will see what J.A. Gatila is going to do. That will be third time with the 1:03.30 at the moment. Yep. And then we have J. Gatila going to set his qualified time on just 3,000 of a seconds behind J. Gatila. I'm always confused who is the senior and who is the junior. And then we have Elmo. I will have the names above the car for this qualify session. It's not so confusing to have that on the screen. He's on his flying lap. 103.39 for Elmo. That's the 6th time I think at the moment, 5th time. Well, we're watching how Shioni is going to do his lap. (103.22). That's yeah, 3rd place. But still, a lot of cars need to join the well, a lot less than the previous round, but Connor is going for his flying lap, and we have also Joker, but he's not in his flying lap yet. Connor and Joker. Haven't seen yeah, Super D and Big D still need to set the time. Troy needs to set the time. And of course Winkler. Let's see who's on the server. I haven't Winkler. Oh yeah, there he is on top of course. Mikovic, etc. Space. This is going to take some time. Can grab something to drink, something to eat. (103.51). That's the last slowest time at the moment. (103.47) for Joker. I'll keep it like this. Yeah, Space moved to 4th position. Super D 2nd, surprisingly. Maybe it's his favorite car, Fox. All the other rounds, yes, the Americans weren't that fast, but yeah, nice. In the meantime, I see that Troy has joined the TeamSpeak as well for live race interviews. So we have Troy again this evening. I will not move him right away because he still needs to qualify, etc. No point in doing an interview. And normally Kit does do that, but yeah, like I said, I'm on my own today. But I will try to manage it. Well, Zarka leaves the pits to qualify, set a qualify time. Big D sets the second fastest time at the moment. As a result, yeah, as you can see, Esco is on the track, and Winkler still needs to do his time. Troy, Pete, etc., etc. The fast guys are, I don't know what procedure they follow. Roman finished as first the last race, but doesn't seem that they use that order, or maybe they do. I forgot, but anyway, we're at Cabini now. Maybe the microphone picks it up, but you get live dog sounds here. I missed it, by the way, but Esco set the fourth fastest time. Continue across, start, finish, takes not pole. Second place for Cabini. Then we have Zarka. Fourth place for Zarka at the moment. Yeah, nice. Yeah, then we need to wait until Ronald has finished his flying lap. While Capel gets a request to join the track, and he's doing that. This type of qualify is maybe a bit boring is not the right word, but there's not a lot of action at the same time, so big pauses in between. While Ronald crosses start finish for his qualified time, it's 1:02:45. Same time as Big D. And there we have Pete coming onto the straight. '88, second place. Nice. And here we have Capel, but he's not in his flying lap yet. Capel is known as pretty good with open wheel cars. Let's see how we know him from the Evo 8 race, which there was no stream due to technical difficulties. But as far as I remember, he had a good result there. And let's see what he is going to do with this Fox race today. While Winkler is being called out to do his time. And Troy, when I was distracted, Troy made the 6th fastest time at the moment, and Capel on 4th time. And then we have Winkler, and I think that's the last one who needs to. Oh, Morphy. We also have Morphy. Morphy wasn't their last race with the GT, not GTR, the XR and the FZR. The FXR wasn't in. Oh, and Mikovic also. Almost forgot Mikovic. How can we forget Mikovic? Fast driver as well. Like I said, Morphy wasn't last race with the XR and FZR race. Probably couldn't make it, but nice to see him back on the track of CityLiga. (1:01.97) for Winkler, that's 4th time. Capel moves to 5th. Then we have Morvai. Expect a good time from him for some reason. 1:02.17. 6th position. Well, you must not forget, it's all dependent on one lap this time. Earlier qualify sessions you had us drive for 50 minutes. Now it's all dependent on one good moment. So I think Mikovic is the last one of this session. I didn't pay attention at split times, to be honest. Maybe as a watcher of the stream you did. So I have no idea if 29:36 is going to be a fast split time, going to be a fast time or not, but he is going across the start finish now. 1:02.06, it's position 6, so Morva moves to 7, Super D on 8, Troy on 9, etc. So everybody has their time and now needs to join the track, I think. Otherwise, the grid formation of Elvis gets mixed up. please stay in pit lane. Do not drive around the track.
User was moved to your channel.
Good evening, Troy.
Hey Dave.
You have to deal with me only this evening because Kit, who's normally doing the driver interviews, is not here. He has other obligations, other things this evening. Can happen, but
I heard rumors already that he switched for a better paying job.
oh, I don't know. No idea. I don't ask questions when somebody has something else to do. I respect that, and that's okay. But yeah, maybe that's the case. Good for him, if that's true. But
no, I have no idea what happened. I'm just joking.
Yeah, okay. I'm just speculating also. But to speculate about this qualifying, this race, 9th position for you. Are you happy with it?
Maybe. I'm not entirely happy. I was too careful in the chicane. I lifted and was just so scared of hitting something and lost a lot of time through that. I think with a perfect lap, I may have been getting 7th or something, but that's about it. The other guys were just too quick. But my race pace should be better. The only thing is that I've got no idea how it will work out with the overtaking and stuff, because it's really tough to overtake on this track. So yeah.
Are you
sorry?
Are you keeping an eye on your fuel level this time?
Yeah, I kept an eye there too. I thought it would be enough, but this time I put 2% more in, just to be sure.
Okay. Well, we are curious. That's me slash the watchers of the stream. What your performance is going to be, how the race is going to be. There are only between brackets 21 cars this time, so hopefully not such a big chaos. Yeah. So just we are going to see what's going to happen, and if something special happens, or if I have any questions, then we're moving you inside this room during the racing, although I find it pretty risky on this track, but we will see.
Yeah, it just may happen that I can't answer immediately, because there's some corners where you just can't take your hands off the wheel, and I'm using the push talk key, so yeah, sometimes I may take a while to answer, but other than that, shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, we will await the start of the race. Good luck to you, and yeah, we talk with each other later.
Thanks, see ya.
Yeah.
User was moved out of your channel.
I checked it myself, but maybe you didn't saw it, but there was 1 minute to go until race start, so maybe that's only half a minute now. So basically, I use that word a lot, basically, but the race is about to start in just some short moments. And that will start with a lag lap, not a real start. Everybody can relax. Only a test start, as usual. Lag lap coming up. Okay. Gives me the opportunity to start the in-sim right there. need to change something. That. Yeah. If you're thinking, what is he doing? I was testing some buttons and the screen information, if it was correct, etc. Like I said, this is only a test start. I think the autocam is off, which is good. Yeah, it is off. And here we go for the official start of round 8 CityLiga on South City 6, which is Chicane Route if I remember correctly. All lights are off. We're going to red and green, and away they go. We have multiple track cams, so I need to test it a little bit. They come into the first corner. We switch to coverage there in front. So you can see in the log there already is quite some contact between the cars. Winkler at contact with Cabinho, Ronald PicD. But no serious things reported on this time. Pete has had a great start. Second place now. Winkler in third. What happened to Troy? Troy is around the same spot. While everybody goes into the second lap. Apparently there was some incident with Pic D because he made use of the opportunity to go to teleport himself to pit and start all over again. He's a lap behind due to that. And I will switch the autocam on for car contact, so we get automatically updates from that. Sometimes I'm screaming, you're yelling a little bit louder because the cars make so much noise on my ears. Let's see it from on board. Pete following Kovac there, second position. Tires are still cold, you can hear it sliding, and but that will improve after 4 or 5 laps, I think. Behind Pete is Winkler. I think 0.2, 0.3 seconds, quite close. Difficult track to do overtakes. You can basically do it here and on the straight. Winkler is really close behind Pete now. We will shift. Oh, sorry, that's the making a mess of the buttons. We have Winkler here. Winkler is moving to second place. Yes, he has done it. was faster than I thought, and Winkler is now into the draft of Kovacs already, and Kovacs is moving out of the way for his teammate. Okay. You don't see that happen between Rosberg and Hamilton in the Formula 1, but here on LFS, it's no problem. Winkler directly pulls away. Let's see what Pete... Oh, that's the wrong button again. Let's see what Pete is doing behind Kovac. And behind Pete is Kabini. First four quite close to each other. Winkler, Kovac, Pete and Kabini. Then there is a gap to Kapal and Migovic. Those two are driving together. And then we have a long train, the rest of the field. And we already have a lost connection. Jake Attila timed out. And my InSim didn't... yeah, basically my InSim has a bug. You see +1 racer, that should be... I don't know who's in last position, but... Anyway, doesn't matter for now. You're following Pete, who is going to do a move on Kovac. Side by side now. But Kovac can stay in front, but for how long? Remember that Pete is also being chased by Kabini. Sliding there. Let's see this from TV camera. Pete was in front of Kabini, but Kabini can move. He moved in front of. Basically, took over Pete's position and is now behind Kovac. Here we are on board with Kabini. So Kovac is driving a bit slower than Winkler, but not slow enough for Pete to make a successful overtake. Let's see if Kabini can do that. He has a good spot now, but no, not enough speed in that corner. Maybe here, yeah, he's going to drive it, but this is not... Okay. Nice driving of both of them. Respecting each other's place on the track. Pete couldn't follow behind Kabini, but because they're battling with each other, Pete could catch up with them again. And behind Pete, Capel also joined. Pete is there on the inside already. Outside, sorry. Okay, I'm surprised. I'm surprised by these fast overtakes. Maybe the TV camera is better for this. Although it's the overtakes are left and right. Pete is now being overtaken and again by Cabini. Maybe oh, and there was contact and Pete spins. No. Yeah, he did, but he already is confused now. Apparently, he could recover pretty quick from that. He dropped to 6th place, but it looked like he was stalled in that corner. Yeah, he lost 4 seconds with that incident, but it could be much worse. So in a way, he's kind of lucky, but he's sliding a lot. So we have Winkler on 1, Kovac on 2, Cabini on 3 is on the camera now. Then we have Kapal in 4th because yeah, Pete dropped back. And then we have Mikovic. But the gaps increased. In front it increased. The first 5 are now separated about 1 second, 1.5 seconds from each other. So we are going to take a look at the second group, which is here. Pete is, because of that incident, dropping back, and he now needs to defend his position against Ronald. They're side by side now, and Ronald successfully takes 6th place from Pete. Yeah, it seems that Pete lost quite some concentration, and maybe his tires are not in perfect shape anymore. But he tries to catch his position back on the outside there. Again, trouble with the wall. Let's look from that inboard. It's difficult to follow. With the TV cameras of LFS. We need to switch to Cabini. Sorry about that, but Cabini is moving closer to Kovac to steal that second position in the race. Onto the main straight, can he make use of the draft? That's the question. I think he's too far away. Or he moved to the outside and then to the inside, and he chooses the inside, but I don't think Kovac sees it, and wow. But Cabini lifts. Cabini lifts and he gives that position back. I totally missed what happened to Roman in the lap before, but he's out of the race, Roman. He joined spectators. is still behind Kovac again because he gave away that position back. But now he's going to have a successful overtake, I think. Let's move to the TV camera. Still side by side there. And he moves in front. While Capel now is onto the back of Kovac. Not really onto the back of Kovac yet. Kovac tries to get side by side with Kabinyi again there on the outside of that corner. No, the only thing with what he's doing is making it himself difficult, I think. Because he's losing time and he now really has Capel on his ass. Let's see that from Capel's view. Ooh, and there comes Kovac back again. But there's a touch and that forces Capel out of that corner, but he can recover from that. Pretty good actually. But Mikovic, as a result, where is Mikovic all of a sudden coming from? Oh, I'm surprised. Mikovic is now also behind, and we're joining the onboard of Mikovic. While Capel moves to the outside of Kovac again. Let's see if that can be successful this lap. It seems so. Yeah. And he moves away out of the rev zone for Kovac. That's helping a bit. But not enough. Kovac is no, he was for a second maybe right next to Capel. Well, there is a contact reported between Kovac and Mikovic. That's why the cameras changed. Capel is getting away from Kovac while Mikovic is getting a little bit closer to Kovac. The gaps between those three are increasing, it seems, while we move to TV camera. I'm not sure yet, but I think we're going to move, see what's going on here, which is behind Kovac and Mikovic. It's Ronald and Pete. Ronald and Pete are battling for 6th place. followed by Troy, Super D and Morvi. Is Pete going to take a move on Ronald? Seems like that. Moving. Oh, he's going too wide, I think. Nah, he's losing a little bit of time, but it's not serious. Ronald is defending his position quite good, making it difficult for Pete. Going there on the outside, side by side. And you could see it a little bit on the camera, but Mikovic has passed Kovac. And Ronald and Pete are seems to have decreased the gap with Kovac. And behind Pete we have Troy driving there. You can see there in front. Kovac and Mikovic. Let's switch to the onboard of Pete again. He comes quite close to Ronald again. Well, Morvi disconnected. Morvi made a mistake apparently. Crashed into the barrier, got reported a couple of times. So I think he destroyed his car. But Pete is there on the outside and Ronald cannot defend it, but Pete needs to lift a little bit, and as a result he is behind Ronald again. But maybe if he does it correctly, no, he cannot catch up. But the draft, he's going to try it in this corner then. He was unlucky, Pete, already 2 times, but he didn't learn from that. And he did it. And you can see from the heli that he has a broken front wing. But that doesn't hurt his car a lot, apparently. While we have Troy here behind Ronald now. Well, the fastest lap is being made by Capel at the moment, 102.25. Ronald moving out of the way of Troy there to try to prevent draft. On board with Troy. We move a little bit forward to Kovac. Let's see if he can make a battle with Mikovic again to take his position back. Capel is flying at the moment. He again improves his best lap time, fastest lap time of this race by 1/10, and he's not even behind somebody. This is going to take a while, I think. Let's see what's going on here between Space and Asco. As you can see, this is for 10th position. I have noticed that Space didn't do any practice because half an hour before the race he asked a set. Somebody could send a set to him. But practice or not, he is able to make it Asco difficult. Yeah, he is able to make it Asco difficult, but not difficult enough at the moment. But this is the, as you can see for yourself on the minimap, this is the only fight which is going on. Everybody else has, at this moment, a respectable distance from each other. So we're sticking with this. Well, Big D already made his pit stop. I have no idea if there's a mandatory pit stop, but I think you need the pit stop anyway for 72 laps. Like I said, Space didn't have any practice, and that gets acknowledged by him improving his personal best for this track. Space moving there to the outside. Oi, and there's a collision. Touch, again a touch. It's not that they get out of control, but yeah, in the end Space is now in front of Asco. Not entirely clean, but yeah. The rest of the field is quite quiet, and that gives me the opportunity to do something risky. Wow, risky. Going to change an LFS setting. Where is that? Here. Yeah, that's better. I've noticed that my video card was in power save mode, and now it's on full speed. The screen was quite laggy. And we are with Kovac and Beats. For some reason, I think Kovac made a mistake. Because they were not close to each other at all. And to say it clearly, Pete is now in front of Kovac. Yeah, I'm not saying anything because, well, we at the moment, well, we had this, which I missed. Then we have Asco and Space still quite close to each other, but these are the only two. Let's give some airtime to the one who was driving in first place, that's Winkler. See how he's doing. Well, we have a little bit more than 1/3 of the race completed. Continue driving here in second place. Quite closely followed by Capel. That gap seems to be decreasing. 1:02.2 as best time for Continue. You have Capel driving there on the stream. I think he's trying to catch up with Continue. Let's see when they cross. Continue improves his time to 1:02.2. But Capel here is doing 1:02.14. About 1/10 quicker, but yeah. Slowly moving towards Cabini. Talking about Capel now. Currently driving in third spot. Yeah, then we have on fourth place Mikovic, who's no man's land. Well, no man's land. You can see Pete there, Kovac and Ronald. But that gap is around 3 or 4 seconds, so sort of no man's land, no pressure. Who has some pressure though is Pete. Although he already overtook Kovac. Probably because Kovac made a mistake. Kovac still can follow. As you can see, maybe he's even coming closer again. And then we have Ronald there in the background. On 7th place. Yeah, only Pick D at the moment has made a pit stop. Let's see what the rest of the field is going to do. While 50% of the race is completed now with lap 36 of 72. And Capel again set the fastest time. Kovac is trying to catch up with Pete again, it seems. Switch to the onboard. Asko is making his pit stop. And he left the pits now. Oh. Esco made his pit stop, took him 10 seconds. Of course, a lot more time lost driving in the pit lane, but he dropped back to the back of the field, behind Connor there, and in front of Sony. Sony. I don't know how to pronounce that. Well, we have Joker making his pit stop, so some people thought it would be a good idea to do the pit stop at the 50% mark of the race. Joker leaving the pits there, somebody else is entering the pits as well. It's Pete making his pit stop. And there we have Connor making his pit stop. Well, Esco gets a blue flag because I think that's a Winkler behind him. Is that correct? Yeah, that's correct. Well, also Ronald is making his pit stop and Capel also made a pit stop. They all only refueled the car, no change of tires, anything, no repairs. And there we have Elmo in the pits. And they're leaving the pits. That was a little bit playing with track cams, but I need to make that better for the next session. Well, who's that there? That's Elmo. Getting a blue flag from I don't know who that is. I think it's Gabini. Or not. Who is driving there? Yeah, it's Gabini. Gabini, Connor, sorry, Elmo, and Shiny. I always get a little bit confused when there are so many pit stop. Who is where and everything. Seems that there's a battle going on here between Capel and Super D. The thing is that Capel already stopped, made a pit stop, so he carries around more fuel. Who we have here driving? That's Ronald and Pete. They both did their pit stop, so maybe Ronald tries to move a position up. Let's see if he can do that. He's switching to the onboard. No, he's too far away yet. Space had a drive-through penalty. I missed that one. And again gets a drive-through penalty. What's happening there? Ah, he crossed the pit exit lane. Uh-huh. This is Space, who is behind. I don't know who is overtaking there, but there he also has a blue flag because of Cabini driving there, I think. He's holding up Cabini. He's moving out of the way now. He needs to go to the... Yeah, he can again gets a DT. Drive-through penalty. Maybe the admin waited because he was in traffic to actually give that assign that drive-through penalty. I don't know. It was pretty late, but he has a drive-through now. Space. That's completed while Kovac is making his pit stop. He just completed that. Let's see if he stays within the borders. I think so, because he got warned to be careful of that. And yeah. So Kovac back on the track, and then we have that closely followed by Pete, who could brake, needed to brake a little bit earlier for Kovac. Side to side now. And behind Pete we have Ronald. So all of a sudden these three are back into battle again. Pete on the outside of Kovac. Well, we have Ronald also, and some touching there between Pete and Kovac, apparently, to the in-sim. I don't know about that. It's happening too fast on my screen, but we are going to have the inboard of Ronald, so we can see what Pete is doing and Kovac is doing in front of Ronald, and Ronald is a little bit against the wall. You can hear it slamming a little bit, while Winkler also is making his pit stop. In the pits there. Leaving the pits now. And Troy also made his pit stop. Oh, it was Troy who was joining the track again. Okay. Winkler is in front of these guys, of course. Sorry about that. Then we have Corbinho making his pit stop. Then we have another four drivers who still need to make their pit stop. The camera switched to Joker in space because there was some contact between those two, it seems, while space makes space. Space again into the pit lane. Why is that? He's really really a lot there in that pit lane. He's making a pit stop again. It's weird because he already had one. While Super D is making his pit stop as well. Right, okay. I think those two are... Seems, yeah, between the lines, okay. Back to these three. Pete, Ronald and Kovac. Yeah, it's quite weird that Space made two pit stops, but I don't know. Pete side by side with Kovac now, in front of Kovac. It seems that switch to the onboard of Ronald. Pete on the inside, but Kovac is in front. Oh, careful! Oh, Ronald almost on the back of Pete. I was moving away from the screen myself. But yeah, Ronald is now not in front of Pete. He's side by side still. Is it going to be okay? For some reason there is room. But yeah. There is not much patience to overtake somebody else on a more on a space with more room, it seems. While J.A. Catila has made his pit stop and joins the track again. Everybody has made their pit stop now, except Mikovic, who's driving in first position at the moment, and Shoini. Fastest lap by Mikovic now, but that's logical because I think he's really running empty with that car of him. Wow, Ronald needs to do some pushing, otherwise he's... Yeah, I just wanted to switch to this. Connor and J.A. Catilla are battling for position. They're in the back. The thing is that these three which were on the stream earlier, these three, Ronald and Pete and Kovac, they're right behind Connor and J.A. Catilla. But of course, Connor and J.A. Catilla are about to get lapped. So let's see what happens there. And there's a third person driving there, that's maybe Joker, I don't know. Yeah, that's all quite close to each other. The back of the field and these three. 5, 6 and 7. Kovac, Pete and Ronald. Kovac is now on the back of that group who I think they already have a blue flag. Hopefully these three can get past the cars who are about to be lapped quite smoothly. Kovac there, somebody there is moving. I think it's Shoni moving out of the way. No, it's J. Catilla moving out of the way, I think. Difficult to remember skins. Anyway. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, that's J. Catilla. We have Ronald there. Switch the TV cam. We have Joker there on the outside, as far as I remember that skin correctly. Pete is overtaking him now. And then we have Connor driving in front there, also from TC Racing. Let's move to the onboard of Pete. Who is there behind Kovac, and Kovac is behind Connor, who is about to be lapped. Yeah, Connor. No, he's not moving out of the way. Oh. I don't think this was teamwork, but Pete can profit from this. Is now on the back of Kovac. Ooh. Tricky, side by side. But there is some lag involved from Kovac and Pete, it seems, or one of the two is not that. I don't know, I find it tricky, but maybe I'm just too scared because Pete is already in front of Kovac. The sim didn't get updated yet, but yeah, now it did. So Pete moved to 5th place, Kovac on 6th, and Ronald there on 7th place, right behind Kovac. And then we have Troy following all that in 8th place, not that far behind of these three. Let's see how Mikovic is doing it there in front. He didn't make a pit stop yet. It seems he's holding it out pretty long. Yeah, we need to get a track on how he is doing there. He has a quite big gap to Winkler. It's all very quiet. It's very quiet on the stream as well. I'm looking where Troy is. Troy is here. But, oh yeah, okay, that's correct. He's still chasing Ronald and Kovac in this case, and Pete is driving there a little bit, has a little bit of space. Created a gap. Troy has a good view now on Ronald and Kovac there into the battle. He can gain a lot of time. Seems that he has some good corners. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting battle for 7-6-5, 5th place. Is also in reach. Pete is driving there now. Well, somebody is entering the pit lane. I think it's Mikovic. Must be Mikovic. Let's see if the InSim can acknowledge that. So, no, it's Sonny. Okay. Is that true? Yeah, Sonny. So Mikovic still didn't stop. Wow. Okay. Yeah, Ronald is still behind Kovac, battling for that 7th position, but Troy is looking for the upcoming laps for an opportunity to do an attack on one of the 2 positions, or maybe both positions. Already in the upcoming lap, well, we still have 12 laps to go for the end of the race. So he has some time. There he's going to do his move. Troy now right next to Ronald now, and he has a lot more speed. TV camera, and he doesn't stay in front. It seems Ronald pushes Troy to the outside. Oh, they're not giving each other much room, but Troy now moved in front of Ronald, but I think Ronald is going to move to the outside now, yeah. Oi, that doesn't sound good. Troy, but yeah, Troy is still following. Okay, yeah, that was some car contact, but it was it was not that heavy. An 8 and a 1, that's not really high numbers. Absolute numbers, you see some debug information about car contacts. 8 is reasonable, and 1 is actually nothing, it's a kiss. So same situation, Ronald and Troy battling there, and Pete could profit again from that. Probably another second or 2 seconds added to that gap. Troy too far away at the moment to profit from any draft. He needs to wait until Ronald makes a small mistake. He has 9 laps left for that. And Minkovic has made his pit stop. We've refueled quite fast, only 1.9 seconds. Let's see, let's switch to him. Let's see if he doesn't cross the pit exit lane. Everything goes well for Minkovic. And he's joined the 4th spot behind Capel. The Insim is a little bit behind with information. Let's switch back to the fight with Troy and Ronald. While Troy is available for interviews during the race, I don't think it's a good idea to do that now, so I'm not making use of that opportunity. This is, by the way, a real in-car view. You need to have the top view. Everything else on the track is quite quiet. Winkler, yeah, almost as usual, I would like to say, in front. First place, first position, followed by Kibinyi. Good job, good job. Capel in third, also good job. Mikovic in fourth, yeah, everybody's doing a good job. Pete in fifth. 6 Kovic, but what is that car doing there? That's Kovic, I think. Kovic made a Kovic is going really slow. And he goes for another pit stop. Does he has damage or something? That's disappointing for him. Kovic is making a second pit stop and dropping down into the ranking. He changed his tires. So his tires are maybe completely gone. Or he had even a puncture, I don't know, I couldn't figure that out. Back to Ronald and Troy. It could be a puncture, but yeah. Only 4 laps to go, and Troy comes closer to Ronald, but can he manage to steal that position from Ronald? That's the question. Ronald was fighting pretty heavily in the laps before. So Troy is warned, while Connor again makes a pit stop. Changed his tires as well. People are realizing that they cannot manage to do full stint on these tires, maybe. Surprisingly. Ooh, Troy sliding there. It looked to me, but maybe that was only on my screen. Nah, I think he, because the gap increased with Ronald now. And we have a collision, a big collision between Kovacs and Joker. As a result, Joker goes to the pits. But does he have a puncture as well? Yes, he has a puncture. So, a lot of people, well, some people cannot manage it with one set of tires. Only 2 laps to go. 1.5 lap. I don't think that Troy is going to steal that position again. On the other hand, there's nothing else going on. Winkler for his last lap. And if you do the onboard one, then you cannot see the LEDs. And this one you do, so we're sticking with this one, with this view. And there goes the winner of this round across start finish, Winkler, first position. And second is Kabinyi there. Third is Kapal. Fourth Minkovic. Fifth Pete. Sixth place for Ronald. And then we have in 7th place Troy. And then it's going to take a while. Well, a while before Super D comes across start finish, and we will have this camera. That's better. Then the rest of the field comes into across start finish. Actually, these are laps behind. Joker, Sonny already passed finish line. And then we have everybody. I think, yep, session is over. The chat is open. This is the end result. I will remove the in-sim table there. So 16 across start finish. Yeah, it was. There were some interesting details this race, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This is the second to last race. Last race is going to be number 9, of course, but let's provide you with some details before we switch to Troy and ask Troy how his race, from his point of view, was feeling like. 30th of November, TBO basically, FXO, RB4 and XRT. More about that later. Let's have Troy here, if he's not busy talking. No. Okay, let's move in.
User was moved to your channel.
Hello Troy, are you talking or are you available?
Hello.
Hey. I slash the people on the stream watched especially the last 10 laps, 15 laps of the race. You were on the stream quite a lot. You tried to overtake Ronald, but Ronald was not really into easy mode today, it seemed. How was your what's your view about well, basically your whole race and this battle for 6th position, which didn't succeed?
First of all, I changed my set today, and that was a big mistake because we did the test race yesterday, and I was driving with more wings there, and the thought behind was to go lower with the wings and be able to overtake a bit easier.
Yeah.
But I really got into trouble towards the end of the race with a lot of understeer, and I didn't have enough time to test the set properly, so I was actually slower than in the test race with more wings. So that was the first mistake, and then yeah, pace was okay-ish, but I could have been much faster, as I said. And then with Ronald, I was first corner was really on the limit from him. He almost put me into the wall there, but
There was some
after the long
contact, yeah.
straight, after the long straight, he did a really great move there. Didn't think he would pull it off, but have to take off my hat there. That was a great move around the outside.
Okay.
And then basically I tried hard to catch up, but I knew he was running lower wings, even lower than I was, so I really struggled to get into the slipstream properly. And then, as I said, with the setup, the balance towards the end was just not good enough to really go for a last minute dive somewhere. But yeah, it was a good race. I'm happy I finished because with the chicane, basically anything can happen. Just one tiny mistake and you're flipped. Just like the dude in the last lap. I'm not sure what happened there, but
there were some punctures. Some people had some punctures, and Kovac. There was Joker who had a puncture, and Kovac slammed into the back, it seems, of the Joker because he didn't notice that that car was driving so much slower. Something like that happened. Maybe you saw that. I don't know. There were some things. There were some cars. I think 3 cars with a puncture. So yeah, no idea. Are these cars? Is this setup so sensitive?
Yeah, the thing is, it's mainly the problem about the tiny flat spots you get, because a lot of the turns, especially T1 and T2, are slightly cambered, so the inside wheel is always the not as loaded as the outside wheel, so the tire tends to stop on the inside, and then you get tiny flat spots all the time. I noticed that too, and then the right hand side really gets thin towards the end. I was on the limit too, and I think a lot of other people too. And yeah, I guess some people just didn't either didn't notice or didn't do something against it, or I don't know. But you could go down with the brake balance a tiny bit to help it, but towards the end of the race. But yeah, it was on the limit with the tires, certainly on the limit. I think I could have done maybe 2-3 laps more maximum, and then I would have been done too.
Okay. Well, yeah, due to COVID dropping down in that list, you could take sixth place.
I think I was 7th actually.
I'm confused with.
But yeah,
the table is the table is now gone. But okay, seventh. So I don't have the ranking of the league ranking in my head, but
yeah, I guess I stay on 4. I think I'm not entirely sure.
But you'd already told that you were happy with the overall result.
Yeah, happy enough. As I said, with the mistake in the setup, the car just never felt balanced during the whole race. So I think that was the maximum I could do. With a proper set, I think Pete and Ronald, I think I could have gotten. Then it would have been 5th probably. That I think was realistic. But yeah, like that, I'm happy.
Looking forward to last race, Blackwood with TBO. Think you have a good chance
actually,
there?
I hate Blackwood, but I love the TBO, so
I have to
should
say,
be interesting.
I have to say it's Blackwood reversed, and that's completely different than the normal Blackwood.
Ah, it's reverse. Then that's better. Blackwood reverse is actually quite nice, but it's a tough track for the TBOs to find a nice balance. It's not easy there.
All right. Well, let's see that in 2 weeks. I wish you a good evening, and see you around at the 30th of November. It will be.
Yep. Thanks for having me, and see you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks.
User was moved out of your channel.
Before I stop the stream, people who are still watching or watching this back, we also have the CityLiga Christmas event. It's not really Christmas, it's on the 12th of December. It's on Fern Bay custom layout, F41, with TBO or GTI, if I remember correctly. I need to think now myself. But anyway, take a look on that. You need to be in a team. Take a look on LFS forum. Sign up. Anything. 12th of December. It's an endurance event of 8 hours, and yeah, would be nice to have you around. Everybody can join. Beginner, experienced guy. As long as you are, I think, with 2 team members or more, then you can have 8 hours of yeah, fun. Hopefully. So yeah, this is it for tonight, and see you for the last round of the last normal usual round of CityLiga, round 9, on the 30th of November. Good evening. Bye bye.